Hello, it's me.
Your mama.
We are doing another video today. Damn. First of all, you're probably thinking, why the fuck do you look dead? To be honest with you, I had uni a few hours ago and I did my exams, which I'm gonna get to. Yeah, I had an exam, tired as shit, but I still exist. Second of all, this is the third video you got with the same fucking hoodie. You know what I have to say to that? Go fuck. I like this hoodie. I'm gonna have to use it a lot. I've spent so much money on this, so I'm gonna use it, so fuck. Third of all, now you're probably thinking what this video is about. So this video, I have made a game. Whoa, I made a game? What the
What? Nah, I never knew that.
Yes, I have made a game. It's for my university project, which, like I said, I had an exam, and it was for my game that I made. All I can say is I got permission from my professor, and he said it was okay for me to make this YouTube video. So me showing off these games, I've gave permission, and he said it was a-okay. But yeah, this video is going to be me progressively showing all three of my games. My first Viva, second Viva, and my official game that I made for the exams. Which, by the way, I have passed. He gave me a really good grade from it. I'm not going to say what. I did pass, like, overall for the first exam. I am going to show you the game that I made. Whoa. Prepare to be let down because it's not the greatest game. However, it's something that I've made for myself. Not for myself, but for my lecturers too and such and so. Here you go. Alright, so here's the first game that I made. And I'm looking back at it and I'm like, holy shit, I made this shit? But here you go. Oh.
What the fuck?
But yeah, this is the game I made. This is the first ever game I made for my university. So they told us to make like a simple game from what we've learned for the past 45 weeks. And yeah, this is the type of stuff I made. Yes, it's very simple. It uses... Let me check again. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it uses blueprints. I don't use C++ coding. The main complex of making the games is using C++ coding and blueprints. Basically, I have used blueprints throughout every single game that I've made because I am shit at coding. I'm still learning, by the way. This has not a lot of blueprints. Well, it has like a few, which is a spike block where obviously once you hit it, it kills you and such and so. So let me see what I've done with it because I've not done too much, I don't think, from what I remember. Okay, so casting to the third person character, which is fine. Simulate physics, which I'm guessing that's just like the ragdoll section of it. I got my static mesh, which basically that means your object. Box, I called it box, but that's collision. So when you collide with the item, you die overall. Obviously, we got the finishing flag. Death zone essentially means once you fall off the map and you hit a certain area, you die completely. And then BP coin is obviously coins. You collect coins and such. I use two widgets, finish and coin UI. Coin UI does not work for this game from what I remember. And we got a finish. So congratulations, you have finished. Let's see what the game is like. So if we play this, I've not touched this in a while. So this is my character. As you can see, it's just the basic character, nothing too special. I made a blue, purple background to it, which it's just the simplest thing. You know, whoa, there we go. We collect the coin, bang, nothing comes up. And if we hit this, I'm guessing we're gonna die. I forgot that when you get hit by that, it puts me through the actual map. So like, it puts my character, makes it phase through the floors. So I did not know that, but let's see what happens when we die. Do we respawn? Yes, we do. Okay, that's perfect. We respawn, which is good. There's no music to this whatsoever. It's not the greatest, so obviously we're gonna go through this game. Boom. This took me about 5 to 10 minutes to make. It's not the greatest. You got some platforms here you have to jump through. It's hard. What I was thinking in this idea was, you know what? Let's make a platformer game and see how that goes for my first ever game. It was fine. It was the basics. I've got an end game. I've got a win. I've got a death, and I've got a loss. So that's what the basic game it has to be for every single one. As long as it's playable, you win, you lose, you die, that's fine. But this is just like my first ever game, the basics. So here, we're gonna have to jump on the platform, which, yeah, made it difficult for myself. I am not going to be able to get through that, so that's going to be hard. So let's just cheat for a little bit, and let's go here. By the way, this has all been done on Unreal Engine 5.6.1, if you guys really wanted to know, or 5.6, just the normal 5.6. No coding whatsoever, blueprints, and etc. such and so. So if we go here, play from here, I spawn here with my basic character, you're going to see so much development in the next one, and then the next one after. We get the coin, and then we touch the flag. You win. You are not a failure. Just like how I am a fucking failure in life. That is the first ever game I've ever made for this project. I am surprised I made something like that because I'm not good at making games, but since I'm a second year student for a games programmer, I actually did pretty well considering that. It's basic, you win, you lose, you die, you have some spike traps, you have some coins, but it's just the basic platformer. I think it's a decent game, it's a solid game. Okay, so the next game we made is a lot more different than the first one I made. Yes, I'm drinking a big fucking Coke, fuck. So, you're gonna see a whole, like, much different vibe to, the next game. So, let's show you guys. Boom! What the fuck? It's a whole different vibe to another game. I basically tried to make this so it's more like a troll slash a little bit of a scary game, but more troll. The difference is we've got a red background, deleted some clouding stuff. But yeah, this is now more like a platform maze game. It's still empty. It's not the greatest, but we have an actual floor, like with a an actual maze. Let's start off with the beginning. So that'll be my character, which, by the way, I made a render. This is my main character, and I downloaded it from Fabs on Unreal, which, by the way, if you want to go on Epic Games or the Fabs, you could get some assets for free to make your character, or they already have your skeletal mesh. It has everything you need to make, like, animations and such and so with the character. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, we got a normal character here, which is pretty cool. We don't have any enemies, sadly, which is, boo! Boring! We still have the spike blocks from the old game we had, the coins from the old game, different lighting. We have shadows this time. These are the jump scare parameter things, so if I show you on here, jump scare. So, if you know this granny, you know the one that she, like, stares at the camera and she goes, ah, you know. It's her as the jump scare. And then we got a statue that if you go to this guy, you win the game completely. This is like my second game. It's not the greatest, but it's so much like an improvement to my first game that I got, because I also got a win animation such so. Yes, I have UIs as well. Different types of UIs. What the fuck? Also, I did more coding on this. For example, here you go. It's quite a mess. I've made the pause menu, game over, all that stuff for the character. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, we have different items with blueprint coin, spike, and such and so. Still haven't fixed the coin section where the UI has like the coin points. I haven't done that yet. We have sounds too. Sounds for winning the game. Music game, which is in-game sound, and then when you die. And there's a jump scare sound as well that we added too. If we click on this, whoa, we got a menu, an original puzzle game. No, it's not. If you go on the about section, about this game, this is just a simple puzzle game. Find your way out of the maze to escape the silly maze. Warning, watch out for jump scares. I added controls onto this. You quit the game, which, you know, ends the game. Let's start the game. What? We got music on this stuff. Holy shit. Hold on. Yeah, so I had to mute the music from that. This is my game. This is my character. He's an scary old man. We collect coins like that. Really cool. Go here, get the jump scare. That's my jump scare, guys. We can die here, and it'll give us a game over screen like this. Okay, fuck. As you could tell as well, it didn't have a mouse cursor, which is a huge problem for some of my UIs. But yeah, so I'm going to show you a trap. So if you go here, you're probably thinking, oh, okay, that's fine. Let's start this game again, and let's go to the end. So this game took me about... Shut up. This game took me about a week to make. So this game took me about a week. Mainly because I was thinking about ideas, generating ideas, and stuff. So fuck you. It took me hours to generate ideas from this game, but also adding stuff such as material, finding stuff. I used YouTube tutorials, and I used like somewhat of ChatGPT because there's like jump scares. I didn't know how to use UIs and such and so. My lecturer, I respect him so much for helping me and the other students learn about UI systems, character movement, and such and so, and basically like spikes, blueprints, and such and so. He's been teaching us a little bit about C++, but then he went to Blueprint, which I love using blueprints. I'm not a big coder guy, but I like using blueprints, which yeah, he's helped me with like how to do other stuff with this. We keep going. It's smooth as well, to be fair, so that's really cool. And then, obviously, there's nothing here. It's all empty. So what he told me is, the game is... let me just first finish this, and then I'll tell you. Yippee! Yippee! What he's told me is, the game looks good for a troll game if I wanted to improve on it. He said the walls are lacking something. So for example, like, you know this? It's like kind of, it's like jittery. It still looks a little bit basic, but it's so much of an improvement to the first one. He says I need to put like enemies in there if I wanted to. Put physics in there, such as like interact with physics and such and so. Add more controls and such and so. Overall, you win, you lose, you die. It's a decent game, and he said the genre for what I did was a troll game, which I didn't mean to intend to do it as a troll game, but once he said that, I was like, you know what, let's just keep going with it a little bit. 2 games that were a pass. This is one of my second games I've made so far. I have a final game to show you, and it's so much better than this one and the first one combined, like by times 10.
Eat rice and chuck on a dick, fam.
Okay, so the final game we have made is a much more improvement. I'm really impressed with what I've done. I still think it's kind of a piece of shit. However, he's impressed with it. Other people I've showed, like my colleagues, are impressed with it. This is my final game, and I'm gonna tell you, yes, it's a scary horror game that I'm making, and it has so much improvements to what I did to my last game. So first of all, you noticed it's just a black like light, mainly because I'm gonna make a dark atmosphere for a horror game. You're in a maze, of course it has to be dark, and with the borders as well, I made it completely black. We want it to feel more isolated and you cannot escape. And then with the materials, yeah, it's a lot more darker and a more fucked up theme. I still have the same issues such as that, which that's one of the improvements I'm gonna make. My character's been improved a lot. It has new functions which I am going to show you. I added notes into the game, which I'm gonna show you what I did to that soon. The coin system is there. I added an enemy that chases after you and kills you. Obviously, we got this motherfucker still there, and then another enemy at the end. We have a door system, which if you pick up this key, it opens the door. Oh crap. opens the door. Another note telling us something else that you can interact with. It is Queso. What the fuck? Queso's in the game. You can interact with Queso in this game. I added more stuff such as spike blocks, more room areas that I've added with more physics such as interactable boxes, which you can move around such as so. Jump scares are different, more rooms and areas which try to not make it empty. But when it comes to the blueprint section, I have done a lot more work. Yes, I've made it more neat than usual. I've got my debugger, enemy movement stop, follows player into detection, and obviously interaction. So obviously text event on collision. What that means is when you go to like item, it will put a text saying press this to interact and such. It's a darker theme, which is pretty cool. And it's got noise as well when you hover through it, and it's got a different text about. So you got all this and such and so. You got your different like movements. I did interact, crouch, third person view, sprint, and flashlight. Press start. A fade animation, and whoa, scary music. So here, my character is here. It's weird. If we press V, it's a third person view. It's the same old old man, but instead I put a flashlight on his hand, which I had to go into his hand root and do that. Press F key, it has a flashlight section. Press the shift button, you crouch, pretty cool. Press the P button, it's the pause menu. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is this? This is more technically like a debugger, where the enemy can like run towards to you and such and so. And that's my pause menu. Press P again, because I need to remove that. There's a coin system, it makes a noise. There you go. So what I was talking about earlier is, if I go to this paper, it glows and it says press E to read. And it has a note like this, which is pretty cool. We have a new jump scare system, watch this. Yes, I used AI on that enemy. You can interact with this too, so watch this, boom. It breaks, and then you could go through this. No, actually, no you can't, you die. That's the death animation, there's blood splat and stuff. Let's go to the enemy and see how that works. Because I added more to the enemy. I added the idle stance, which he is doing right now. And it makes a walking and running animation. Watch this. It also makes a really loud noise. Makes a really loud noise when it chases you, which is pretty scary. Also, let's complete the game and show you what I did. So obviously we got the coin counter to work, which is pretty cool. The spikes work. We also have a debugger, I forgot to say this. So if we press one on our key, it debugs our game. So it shows like the FPS and such and so on this game. So now we have Queso. So if we interact with Queso, look what he does. So, yeah, so you can interact with Queso. Obviously, there's another note here. It tells you the enemy is here. Obviously, we got the door. We need the key, so the key is right here. You interact with the key and the door will open. Okay, so I press the key. Door gone. You just gotta be careful. There you go. It chases you. So you just gotta run. So I'll just dodge. There we go. And that's how we end the game. But that's how my final game went. He gave me a really good grade. And you know what? I will take that, honestly. I still think this game's a piece of shit, but other people say otherwise. So, I don't know. Comment below what you think about this game. I just think it's not the greatest, to be honest. I might do another video on my other projects, but that will be like another time. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for looking at my piece of shit work. Thanks to my lecturer for letting me make this video. I am going to work on this over time because I like to make games, play games and such so. Next video, I promise you, it's gonna be me playing a game. I promise. I guarantee. You guys might enjoy it. Thank you for watching my piece of shit game, and thank you for following me or subscribing to me, liking my videos, sharing this to people, and yeah, I am going to, I don't fucking know, I'm gonna probably, like, sleep very well, I think. Yeah.